Welcome to my Viziaki Think training. This is the generalist part. And first thing I want to do is make sure we have our directory set up correctly. So we're going to do the following. I'll walk you through it. First, we're going to create a master directory named exactly like it is here, upper lowercase dashes and everything. And underneath that folder, you're going to have more than 16 other subfolders. So it's quite a bit of stuff. We'll go into that. And so once you create that folder, then you're going to create two subfolders. One folder is going to be called HFS, lowercase. That stands for Houdini File System. And a lot of studios use that. You'll make another folder called Textures. Now, so into the HFS folder, you've also would have downloaded a subfolder of empty template. So it's a directory structure with just empty or template files inside it. Doesn't really take up much space. And so download that. You're going to move all those part folders into the folder called HFS. And then you're going to make another subfolder called Textures, the other subfolder called Textures, which is at the same level as HFS. And then you're going to download the NASA textures and put those in there. As we progress inside the Textures folder, we'll add more things as we progress. So I just want to show you here what the Google Drive looks like. So I shared a folder with you, and then one of them is called Think Student Files. If you go in here, there's two folders, and your link probably goes directly to these folders. So one of them is called the Templates. And if you download that, you'll get the empty template file. So this one here is all of the subfolders kind of uncompressed. And then there's a README that just explains what these two files are. And then there's this directory. You should be able to uncompress this automatically. And that has all the subfolders inside of it. And then those are the subfolders that gets copied in. Now, if I look at this one here, this is already the uncompressed one. You see there's these parts. I get rid of those. Okay, so these subfolders are pretty much empty. Each folder has these empty folders in it. So a directory called geocomp, keepers, and kill. And inside this folder is where you will save your working files that I'm going to be giving you as you go. Where you'll save the files that you're working on, plus you'll also be saving the files that I give you. The compressed folder will probably work better. Now, as we progress, the example files folder, that's where I will be copying files as we progress. It's set up exactly the same way. So if I go here, you see there's some folders, some files already copied in there. Now these happen to be, I think these happen to be empty, they're template. And so what I will be doing as we progress is when I make a Houdini file, I'll copy it into these folders. And I'll let you know every time there's a new folder in there. Now, the template folders show my naming convention. And so typically it's version 1, and version 1 is never like a final. And so you'll be using those and then basically overwriting or copying new ones in. Now these other folders, the comp folder is where we will use Houdini's built-in compositor to do some simple compositing. It's kind of like Nuke, but it's pretty simple, and basically we're just going to be doing slap comps. The geo folder is where we copy geometry into it. The keepers and kill folder is where if I'm going to delete a file, I'll move it to the kill first before I delete it, just because I've had experience deleting the wrong files. So the kill is a way for me to double check to make sure just what I'm going to delete is going to delete. And the keeper is a lot of times where I'll copy old versions that are still pretty good. I just want to keep them around for a while. I don't want to delete them. So that's kind of the difference between those two. And then as I go, I'll show you how these are used. And so there are 16 of those subfolders. And so we're going to be working in these, and these folders are going to be containing the all the good stuff. So be sure to get that set up, and then I'll double check that you got it right on your first example. Plus, I'll be giving you some files to copy over, some actual real files to copy over, just to make sure when we do it live, it gets set up correctly. And that's all I got to say about that.